Hey book readers! After putting out a few videos already, I figured it was time to tackle the Booktube newbie tag questions. So here we go. Why did you start this channel? I wanted to challenge myself and share my reading journey in a new way. I love telling my wife, my family, my friends about what I'm currently reading and trying to explain that no, a book about sentient octopuses is way better than it sounds, trust me. This is another different way to tell a wider audience about the books I love and why I love them. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I have a guy's and a dad's perspective. I think a lot of people believe reading isn't really a manly pursuit. Men should be shoeing horses, working on cars, or chopping down trees, anything but delicately turning thin pieces of paper from the trees that the men chop down again and again and again. Also, I think I have an eclectic taste. I don't just focus or stick to one genre. I bounce all over the place, from sci-fi to fantasy to financial nonfiction and westerns, some classics in there as well. Hopefully this makes me more interesting of a reviewer. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm looking forward to sharing my book listicle recommendations. I have a backlog of over 600 books that I'm trying to categorize and put them into smaller sets with something that's shared, something in common with each one. I plan to group these together and put the spotlight on my favorite books that are set on a boat, or books with weird aliens, books about real-life explorers, just all kinds of different stuff. Why do you love reading? I think the main reason is it's entertaining. It's just part of who I am. I grew up reading a ton, and besides college, when I didn't have the time, energy, or really the interest in reading for pleasure, just something that I've always done. In my opinion, it's a more productive hobby than the alternatives, like binging a TV show, or gaming, or mindlessly scrolling through social media. All of those just, for me, they either get me addicted to something or they make me feel like I'm doing something unhealthy in a way. I like reading nonfiction as well because I feel like helps me improve myself as a human and expand my worldview. I like digging deeper into topics like parenting, finances, and historical accounts, along with weirder things, like I read a book about Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs, which was written by a mortician, and there's a book called like 438 Days where a man was just adrift on a boat and trying to survive. What books or series got you into reading? I'd say the first one I remember is the Redwall series by Brandon Jakes, and not pronounced Jacques, which is what I thought for the longest time. It was one that I just couldn't put down, I think in middle school or high school, and it's about juvenile fantasy books where the heroes and bad guys are all these critters. They're squirrels, they're rabbits, they're badgers, mice, all kinds of just little creatures. There are 22 books in the series total, I think, and I probably read about a dozen of them, or maybe 15. I've actually started rereading some of them, and they hold up. You know, it's mice with swords. What more could you really ask for? What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I would want to ask what's your least favorite part about the experience. And I'm seriously hoping that some of them wouldn't say reading. And that's probably what I fear, is turning something that I love into something that just seems like a lot of work I'm forcing myself to do. I don't want to be miserable reading books. I don't want to get sick of the process and in turn lose my passion for reading. What challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Staying on schedule has to be first and foremost, and then probably not getting overwhelmed by the amount, the goals that I have for myself, and then finally not judging myself too harshly when I look back on videos when I edit, not throwing my hands up in the air and just saying, oh, this is stupid, I quit. Editing these videos is especially difficult because I've started noticing a lot of my verbal tics more, and just words that I say too much, and as soon as you start looking for those red cars, you start seeing all the red cars. There you have it, all about me and my booking life. Happy reading!